Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Miyagi-Do had the strongest team during the Seikai Taikai? During the events of Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 2. If you haven't seen the previous part, I would recommend you go watch it before continuing this one. So in this timeline, Miguel and Johnny would still leave, and Robbie would take over as captain. Devin would arrive in Barcelona, and she would take Miguel's place on the team. The Miyagi-Do students would still go explore Barcelona, and they would still be at the tapas bar. This is when the Cobra Kais would show up, and Sam would still go outside to get some air. Quan would still want to mess with Robbie, since he was a new Miyagi-Do captain. So Quan and Robbie would start to have a rivalry, but the Miyagi-Dos wouldn't want any trouble, so they would still want to leave. In this timeline, Zara and Tori wouldn't have that big of a rivalry, so that night would be pretty uneventful. Sam would still be walking down the beach, and she would still run into Axel, and the interaction between Sam and Axel would stay the same. Eventually, Miguel and Johnny would come back to Barcelona, and Miguel would once again take over as captain. And with Miguel back, Devin wouldn't be able to fight in the Seikai Taikai, so she would join the senses and watch the remainder of the tournament. And Johnny would be happy that Devin was in Barcelona, even though Devin wasn't fighting. The team matches would continue. Miyagi-Do would still fight Furia de Pantera, Hawk and Diego would fight, and Hawk would manage to land a point on Diego. Diego would tag in Maria, and Hawk would tag in Sam. Sam and Maria would continue to fight, and much like in the original timeline, Sam would land a point on Maria. The score would be 2-0. Sam would tag in Tori. Tori would continue the fight, and she would land the final point. And in this timeline, Miyagi-Do would beat Furia de Pantera, and during the next team match, Miyagi-Do would fight Redentores, and Miguel would still start off. He would use a combination of offense and defense, and he would land his first point. The fight would continue, and Miguel would tag in Kenny, and much like in the original timeline, Kenny would get 2 points, and they would still advance in their matches. Cobra Kai would still fight Tiger Strike, but in this timeline, Cobra Kai would be focused. The fight would continue, and Quan would land the final point. So in this timeline, Cobra Kai would beat Tiger Strike, and both Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do would make it to the semifinals. So Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai wouldn't face off. The Seikai Taikai would continue. Tiger Strike would still be eliminated for cheating during the tournament, so Furia de Pantera would take their place. Sam and Robbie would wish Miguel and Tori good luck before their matches. The semifinals would begin. Quan and Diego would still fight, but Quan would still defeat him. Zara and Maria would fight, but Zara would still defeat Maria. Axel would fight Miguel in the semifinals, and Axel would still be jealous of Miguel and Sam, so the fight would begin, but Axel would be more aggressive in this timeline, and he would use his offense against Miguel. Miguel would try using his defense, but Axel would get through it, and he would manage to land some points on Miguel. Miguel would get mad, and he would get more aggressive, and he would manage to land a point on Axel, and the fight between Miguel and Axel would be a lot closer, but eventually a time would run out, and Axel would defeat Miguel. Tori would fight Cobra Kai's girl captain, and Tori would easily be able to land some points on her, so Tori would be Cobra Kai's captain, and she would advance to the finals. Quan and Axel would fight, but Axel would be more defensive in this fight, and he would knock down Quan. Quan would get even more mad, and he would try to go for Axel's head, but Axel would block his attack. Axel would land some points on Quan, and he would defeat him. Zara would fight Tori. Zara would be aggressive, and she would land some points on Tori. Tori would be using a combination of offense and defense. She would manage to land a point on Zara, so Zara would get more aggressive, and she would defeat Tori. So the Iron Dragons would win. Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai would go home in defeat. Sensei Kim and her students would go back to Korea. Even though Miyagi-Do lost, Miyagi-Do would remain open, and things would be a lot more peaceful in the valley. And that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Miyagi-Do had the strongest team during the events of Cobra Kai Season 6? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.